Hello. Just 1 second. I can't see the chat. How do I do this? I'm trying to figure out how to read all your chats. There's a version where you can detach. How about chat? Okay. Nice. Hello. Hi, Taryn. Welcome back. I did see your email, so today we'll be going through Taryn's and Rushback's animation. As I said, every week I'll be doing animation review, so that will be it. Hi, Itzy. Is this your first time? Hi, Dave. Big glob. Danny, we are live. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Danny. I look busy. Yeah, I was trying to find, usually like when I restream, I can read all the chats in one, but today I couldn't log in. It's not letting me, so I have to like look into somehow like at least read your chat. So I'm actually just going by about message right now, so we'll see. And let me know, last stream I guess my voice was cutting off. I was clipping, so let me know if it is doing that, so either I can adjust some settings or be more closer to the mic. And you're welcome, Darren. First time here with you. I'm a CG Spectrum former student. Sorry for the name. Triz is fine. All right, Triz. No worries. Welcome to the stream. And are you an animation major? You said you're a CG Spectrum former student, right? Hi, Rizwan. Yeah, today I'll be looking into your animation. I did get your link for your demo reel, so we'll take a look at that. Sounds great so far. Thank you. All right. But if it's clipping, just call out on that so that I can just make sure I can do something. Because today we have some exciting stuff. Today I'll be going through Hi, I took 3D animation class. Cool. I see. Cool. Wait, you're checking demo reels today? Where do we submit it? So every week I'm selecting not selected ones, people who send me, like, I'll do like according to the time. So to my CG Spectrum email, which is, I will just put it in the chat. Hold up. Just a second. All right, there it is. I'm still figuring out my chat thing. Hold up. Somehow. No, I'm not able to log into my Restream chat. It's kind of weird. Anyways, we'll just go with this. So send me here, Danny. If I have time today, I'll take a look, but Taryn and Rizwan send me prior to this stream, so we'll give them the preference. Triz, you're a modeler. Nice. But I'm very curious about animation. Oh, that's awesome. Welcome. Is the review for everyone or only CG Spectrum students? It's for everyone. It's not just for CG Spectrum, but CG Spectrum do have like really cool courses, so you guys can check it out. But yeah, I'm totally okay in like getting anybody's demo reel. And you can't see it. Your live camera is in the way. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Rushback! Welcome. Alright, so today, I'm really bad at remembering names, but there was someone last stream asked me what are the shots to put on a demo reel. And I think I did touch on that, like gave a very brief answer and a quick answer, but I do wanted to go in detail today. But I would like kind of wait a little bit before I jump into that, because I don't want anyone to miss too much. I mean, you guys can like look back at it on the my camera is always on the way. You guys can see that, right? So last time I was doing on the sticky note, so one of my friends suggested that I do put it more bigger font. So I kind of went this way this time, so hopefully it's clear. So I wanted to like touch base on these, so we'll be going through this and a lot more. So before that, we will go ahead. I don't think I wanted to work on this anymore, like to finish it, but I guess you guys got the kind of gist of like how to animate, I guess. So what happened is last week, I want to know, especially for junior animators, what their demo reel must have and what their initial work responsibilities in the studio. I will answer that, Rover. Yeah, today we'll be going into that, and I will share my experience, like how as a student I worked to get my first foot into the industry. Definitely you have to work hard, but at the same time, if you have like a proper game, like proper planning, then I think it's more solid rather than just like doing animation but you're so confused in like what is your style, what is your industry that you're targeting. So I will definitely address on that, so I'll make sure I remember that question. So hold up, let me put that here so everyone can see. So this is like a really good question, and I'll definitely want to talk more about that. Can you tell me what is director's job in animation, the director of the movie, etc.? Sure. Drawn's Call. Yes, so are you talking about the director of animation, right? The director of the movie. Okay, so there are two questions. What is the director job in animation? And the director of the movies. So director of animation and director. So the okay. So the director is the person, is like the captain of the ship, right? Like the movie. So he will direct, like, so his vision, the animators, the story writers, storyboarding artists, texturers, riggers, modelers, everybody will try to bring the director's vision come true. So pretty much he works very close with the animation director, like animation director, or the director of photography, director of texturing. Like they're like heads of every department. So hold up, the music is too loud. So the director would work with all these head of the departments to pretty much like bring his vision come true. And the director of animation, he works very close with all the animators and the leads and the supervisors, or in the game industry we call them probably like the managers, I guess, the animation managers, who actually like make sure your shots are like well structured and they plan out the shots to whom to give and everything. So yeah, so animation director is very more like focused only on animation. He wouldn't have much control over the story or the vision of the entire game or the movie. So that is all in the director's hands. Yeah, I hope I answered that. So to get to the director animation level, you start with being first an intern, then a junior, then you go to, sometimes you don't have to intern, because if you're like really good solid skills, then right away you can start in the industry as a junior animator. Your experience counts, like if you take up like a freelance job or something. And then junior, then associate or mid, and then you go to senior. Then there is an expertise. So every studio actually works different. When I was in like different studios, their level of how you climb up the ladder is way different compared to like, let's say a studio, right? So but to reach to the directors, I guess you have to be more experienced in your skill, at the same time be able to like kind of manage the whole department, animation department, as a soul. So yeah, because you're pretty much saying yes to the final, not the final, but like almost the final decision of that animation shot, so that you're actually bringing the director's vision closer. So, and the animation or the game director or the movie director has the final say, be like, okay, that should go in or no. Yeah. I hope I answered you, Dronskala. Spectra, it took me 3 days to watch all the Marvel Cinematics universe and timeline order. I'm tired now. Can you tell us exactly what got you into the industry? Was it networking? What got me into the industry? For sure, it is a bit of networking. But at the same time, I guess a solid demo reel. So both actually play hand in hand. But once you get into the industry, networking plays a huge role. Because let's say you're like you're in like a clam, right? Like you're not talking to anybody. You just do your work and you just go home. Then it's like you're not making a lot of you're not making a lot of connections in the industry. So once this job is done, some jobs are very contract based, so you're there with that team for like 6 months or 4 months, and then when you move to another you wanted to go to another company, if you really didn't make connections in your company and network, like meeting new people, then you're really missing your chances of getting there, even though you have an amazing demo reel. So I would say, like, if you're starting off, networking is great, but make sure you have an amazing demo reel. But then once you get into the industry, make sure you do proper networking, because you already proved yourself as an animator. So at this point, it's basically like you trying to meet new talents and new colleagues, where like they can recommend you to another job and be like, hey, this animator works amazing and I worked with her before and she's amazing and stuff. So it's always be on the good terms with your colleagues and do proper networking. Respawn, I'm modeling a light switch. Cool. That's cool. That helps. Yeah, your answer really helps. You're welcome. Helper, hi. All right. So I actually worked on this a little bit because it's kind of boring to see the same shot. This is what happens with animators, is you see the same shot for probably like a month or two, and it's just like 30 seconds or maybe like less than that. But yeah, but for the stream, I just wanted to keep it a little bit more interesting so that you don't want to just see me sit and animate. So I do, yeah, I do wanted to like touch on that. But okay, let me show you guys what I have for now. It's buffering, hold up. My voice isn't clipping, right? I'm using a Twitch pop-up chat, but I hope I have the restream. That will be much faster, but hopefully this will bring all the chats from YouTube and Twitch on the same platform. Hopefully. Anyway, so this is so good. Thank you, Taryn. Yeah, so I just like went in and added a little bit of hair animation. It's not any sim or so. It's just there is already a rig. So I put every control because I don't want to overwhelm with myself with too many controllers. So I put all the hair controllers here in one of the layers. So yeah, so you pretty much move this to give the animation. So I just put like few keys just to support, but yeah, we can actually push in the brows more to like anticipate them, like go with the lids more to push that. It's a very subtle animation, but this is how so far we got it. We can sit and keep working on this and keep finishing it and making it more better. Actually, like when the shoulders go up, I can make it more like a little smoother. Like I feel like it is hitting like a notch, a wall over there, but hello, Gaming Live. It's Tony. Who modeled this? This is a free rig, not free rig, I guess. I think it's called Amy rig. It's like online. This is like a CG Spectrum school they have provided me, but how long you needed for this animation? I think I was working for a bit on this live stream, 2 hours every week. So I think we were working on this for 3 weeks. But before that, we did like a head turn with this character. But I'm already so tired to see this because I don't want to keep doing the same thing every stream. Hey, Fernando. You're from Brazil. How do you say hello in Portuguese? Obrigado? Obrigado? Oh, hola? I guess hola, probably. I don't know. I'm just mixing up languages. Alright. You go to your animation school or online school? Did I go to... I'm not a student anymore. I work in the industry. But if you're asking the question, did I go to an animation school or an online school? I actually went to an on-site school, which is in San Francisco. It's called Academy of Art University. Yeah. And I never took any online classes. Yeah, I've never took any online classes. But with this pandemic, I guess everybody's online, working remote, taking classes online. So would this be considered Pixar or DreamWorks quality? Probably it's like both. I mean, the same kind of style. DreamWorks, I guess you gotta be a little bit more like more flushed out, like more like a rotoscope kind of, where like it's looking kind of close to reality, but at the same time more refined. But Pixar is like I would say this a little bit closer, I guess. It's you are trying to animate, but it is not overly done. I think that's the Pixar style, but I don't know if it has changed it any further. You're from Germany. Hello. I have a aunt living in Germany. Where in Germany are you from? Gaming Live. Hola is Spanish. I knew that. I'm terrible at languages. I interned at NASA? Oh, cool, cool. That's awesome. You're also streaming on YouTube? Yes, I'm also streaming on Cologne. Nice. My aunt is actually from Hamburg. Hamburg. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and I think Facebook. It's like CG Spectrum side and my own channel, so wherever you guys are from, whichever platform, welcome. All right, so it's 6:30. We have another 1.5 hour. So what I would do is first I'll jump into critic, then I'll go ahead and tell you guys whatever I discuss about the demo reel stuff. Is that, if that sounds good, I'm gonna jump into first. Terrence. Does it sound, it has sound, Tara? Let me see. I don't hear, right? I don't hear it. So maybe I don't have to switch off my music. All right, so where did you guys go? Oh, you do have some sound effects. So should I stop my music then? Let me do that. All right. Some sound effects. Can you guys hear that? There's some water in me. A little bit. Oh, hold. Sorry. Cute. Nice. Sweet. That's sweet. Good work, Taryn. Yeah, that's good. I really like the walk. So I would like to ask, like, what is the concept of this animation? Is it is the elephant is a ballerina? His brows just bounce. Nice, like you're hitting the comedy beats. I like that. I do want to know the context of the shot. That would help me because right off the bat, if I didn't know the concept, it's like walking around at night. Oh. Okay, so there are the comedy beats. Like, I can see that it's funny how this elephant, um, anthropomorphic character that is his browser flying. I like all that comedy beats where you have like all that working, but as a viewer, if I didn't know, I'll be like, why is the character on the water? Um, so I think it's a little bit like if you go to your next shot, it's pretty straightforward, right? He's like walking in the city. It's like pretty good sunrise and you have like a cool camera move over there tracking him walk. There's a camera cut. I really love this shot. I would say this is amazing. And you have all your contacts passing, all your like feet working, they're not sliding. And you have given some tail animation. It's amazing. Like I don't have much and the character in your scene, it's not too big like a giant or is not too tiny. It's perfect. It fits into the environment, like in this world. Like even though this is like human made, but like, who knows? Maybe there are some creatures that are similar size of a human, right? So I really like this. Like everything is working. And it's like pretty appealing. So yeah, I like that bouncing up and down in the yeah, and then you added the foot sound. That's amazing. It's cute. I really love this shot. So I'm pretty I'm pretty sure like it's a let's say this is a walk cycle. Usually like recruiters don't like to see walk cycles in the demo reels if you're applying for like a professional job. But um I feel like this can go just like something very refreshing to see like it's nice background with beautiful lighting there. You know from where the light is coming and it's just taking a stroll on that street and then you just animated the background. It's amazing. I really like that. Um just this one, I'm a little bit unclear. Hey Tiffany. Uh okay, did I miss anything? Yeah, so this one I am just a little bit unclear of like what is the context. It's kind of throwing me off like why is he walking on the water? But if it has like a comedy or like a gag for concept of this, I guess it's working. It's kind of funny, but mm, yeah. I don't know. That's my thought, but um I would say this is my favorite shot and it's working amazing. But this would like maybe think about what about animation wise? What level are you, Taran? I wanted to know that first. Totally makes sense. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so animation wise, this is working. Um, if you have to go more Yeah, I think animation wise it's working. I think if you have to go frame by frame and see more like overlapping or um everything, I think it still works. Like 2D is it's a great tool where like you can get away with simpler lines and still keep it appealing. 3D you really have to work extra because um it just like looks very rigid, so you have to put in a lot more like movement to it just to like give it more alive or believability to the rig. I think you're a beginner. Okay. I mean, yeah, this one there is a little bit off in animation because I'm again assuming this is for the gag purpose, like you kind of did that. But when he is walking on the water, like if you check his right here, his root, which is like the main that's carrying the body, the root is not moving much here. It's like it's just linear. There's no up and down. So those are like some of those tiny teeny things that you can look into. And yeah, like if you guys like look into um any comedic animation, sometimes things don't have to work if they're hitting that comedic timing. That is all good, but um if you have to go in, I can still see he put a lot of good overlap in the ears and the trunk. Um and the brows, just like and the eyes. Yeah. Animation wise, you can always like polish it, but yeah. That's uh his center of gravity. What is it about his center of gravity? On the water, you mean? Yeah, this is like my favorite shot. But anyway, so to wrap up the thing, um, the main thing I'll be talking right now. Let me just open that. Hold There's my presentation. Yeah. So I will talk more in depth into this. So yeah. So I would say I do wanted to know like right off the bat, like what is this? Like why is this person walking on the water? And yeah. So I would like look into that because you don't want to make people confused. Like readability is very important in your demo reel. So those things I'll be touching up on here. And but I really love this shot. I like all the subtle colors that you use that matches with the background, the lighting, and yeah, it's great. I like it. So if you have any questions, shoot at me, Taryn. But I hope I made some sense. You'll animate the root more. Cool. Awesome. Just checking your like root up and down and then any kind of like overlaps and stuff in context, but you're there. So yeah, just like planning your shots is more important. Like you don't want to have unclear ideas anywhere. Like if I see the first shot, I'm like, that's funny, but I don't get it. What's happening over there, right? Thank you very much for feedback. You're welcome. If there is more stuff in the future, if you have any improvement for this shot, please send it to me again and we can compare like if this whole thing makes sense. I'll animate more and send it to you if you don't mind. For sure, please do send it to me. I would love to see the improvement or the iterations to your animation. I'm still trying to figure out if I still want to do animation. John Skull, why is that? Did you say you were... Did you tell me what you were? You're a modeler? I'm just mixing up everybody's interests, I guess. But yeah, why is that you're still figuring it out? Is there some other interest you have? Ozito, welcome back. It's been a long time. How much time did it take for you to finish it? This one? This... Oh, I think this is for Taryn, probably, because this is not my shot, so Taryn could answer you that. So how much time did it take you to finish this and the walk cycle, Taryn? I'm a future filmmaker who wants to own my own company and make horror, superhero, sci-fi, action, adventure movies. That's a big dream. I wish you all the good luck and amazing. So I think you wanted to go more in the directorial route. So I would suggest you focus more on the storytelling. Know your film techniques, like how to frame a shot. Study a little bit about cinematography. If you have a knowledge, it's better. You don't have to excel at it because you do have other people helping you. If you're going into CG route, then you do want to know all the pipeline, how things work. If you're going during the motion picture side, the live action side, then their pipeline is way different from the CG side, so computer generated side. So I would say know your field and then have a little thorough study about like what are their pipelines and how do I get there, right? Because I feel like you do want it to be more of a director. But I love to create my own superheroes, and I would love to have a cartoons of my own character. That's a lot. Well, you still can create your superhero and have cartoons of your own characters and be a director, and you can own your own company. The elephant one took a while, not sure how long it took exactly, but I worked on it 1 hour one day, 2 hours the other day. The second one took me 6 to 7. Wow, the second one you took to 6 to 7 hours? That's amazing. And you did all this like camera work for the passing walk. That's amazing. I like the camera cuts. I like the staging. I love the shot. Deadpool is your inspiration? Cool, Ron. All right, so without any further ado, let's jump into the notes that I made for today. Because it's kind of boring to always keep working on the same shot that it's going nowhere. To answer all your questions about the demo reel, how to create an amazing demo reel to get your foot into the industry. You guys can take a screenshot, or I can put this document into... Can I send in the links, or maybe Discord, I guess. But anyways, let me first go through all this. So first... yeah, not burnt out, I'm just bored. But because I don't think you guys want to see me doing the same thing over and over too, so let me talk something a little bit more interesting this time. So first come up with a game plan for your demo reel. Like what what kind of stuff you wanted to put in your demo reel. Do I want to have like a 1% dialogue, 2% dialogue, or something? So like pretty much like draw it out on a paper saying, this is my title card. This is my first shot on the demo reel. Like sometimes I used to do that as a student. Like I first sit for an hour or two and make my title card look so good, because that's actually like your first impression, right? You don't want to overdo it. So like maybe you can put your art or your drawings, like snippets of it, and then put your title. Or you can even go cleaner and minimalistic with just like a block of color, and then put your email address, phone number, and then your full name. So these three are important. So on your title card. And then I used to do like color coding, or I used to do it according to like my best shot first, and then I go to like my second best and then my third best, like in the end. So I just had 3 shots on my demo reel. I did go through my demo reel explaining how did I plan out my shots and everything on my previous stream. So check that out. I think it's up on YouTube. So I would say like as a student, I used to do that a lot, like planning out my shots and having a game plan. Like if you are just doing a shot for the sake of a shot and not knowing where it's going to, whom you're targeting, it's going to be really confusing. And you will end up just working on one shot for like 2 to 3 months, and then you almost burn out yourself and be like, oh, I need to rush and do another shot to just get my demo reel out there to get a job. So if you plan out that this is like for an year plan, I'm saying, or maybe 6 months too, you can say 3 months for one shot, 3 months for another shot, and then one of your old shots. So in 6 months, you can get together a really solid demo reel, throw it into the industry. Yeah, draw out what you want your reel to look like, which I used to do that. So just like a small thumbnail pictures, like I used to draw like a my, how do you say, thumbnail for my first shot, and be like 2-person dialogue. So 2 heads with stick figures. That's it. Like that's my 2-person dialogue. And what does the studio look for? Target your audience. This is really, really important, because, for example, you are targeting game and you send your game demo reel to Pixar. I don't think, even though your dream is to go to Pixar, your game demo reel wouldn't work at Pixar. They will be like, you're an amazing animator, but you don't fit into our world or our style of animation. So I would highly recommend you guys to target your audience. Like, for example, if you're even in the animation side, Blue Sky works different from Pixar or Disney. So like if you're targeting Blue Sky, I would be like Terrence, the first shot where it has like the comedic beat or gags or something more funny and exaggerated and overly done animation is more suitable for Blue Sky. And for Pixar, it's more the relatability, and like how close you're to the real and something bringing new to that character. So I'm not highlighting Pixar. There are amazing studios out there that really focus on the relatability and the realness of the character. So look up like your favorite studios. Like I would even say like Blizzard Studios. They're doing all these cinematics for Overwatch. They're doing amazing. Their animation quality is like super amazing. So if that's your goal, then you want to keep it real too. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. Yeah, so that's my demo reel if you guys want to check it out. And John Skull, at one point I wanted to do filmmaking animation, but I think I'm just going to do too much, so I'm focusing on filmmaking and watch a lot of documentaries and VFX work. Okay, cool. That's awesome. That's a good study. All right, so back to this. And what does the studio... Okay, and so what are the demo reel stuff? I think I answered this last time, where one, pantomime, body mechanics. It's pretty much showing that you can animate things moving, full body, and then one person dialogue. That could be the person standing, sitting, doing some chores or anything, and then two-person dialogue, because it's very important for if you're doing two people interacting, the eye lines and how you like exchange that. Where are you giving that breathing space when two characters are talking? That will give the HR and the company to be like, oh, this person can actually handle two people in the same shot, not just one person moving around, right? So it's good to have some kind of variety and variations in your work on your demo reel. So that's like for like a basic structure, but you can play around this more. You can put three-person dialogue. You can put more two-person dialogue to two persons. So it doesn't have to be just one person at one point, right? So, and collect amazing animation clips you like, make a folder for that, and a playlist. This is what I used to do a lot because at school or online school or even on-site school, nobody teaches you saying that, oh, look into someone's animation and be like how are they doing it, blah blah. Like they just say work, make your animation look good, make your reel look amazing. But who got into the industry, who didn't, is very important to know. To do your own case study on that. So I used to go and like all my seniors back at school, I used to pretty much pull out all their demo reels and look into each one. Like I would be like, where did they get into? Like what their demo reel is targeting, what kind of audience. So, and the person who got into Pixar, I used to put all that in one folder because the thing is, I didn't copy their reel, but I made sure that my animation or my selection of shots are pretty close to that person who got the internship, because I know for a purpose why Pixar picked that demo reel. So that's like my way of studying because it's more real. You really can go into the recruiter's head and be like, what are they gonna like? But it's better to like look into someone else's demos. Why did they get picked up? So I can see why they got picked up. So I might incorporate those kind of skill sets into my demo reel. So that's a kind of good way to kind of make your demo reel more solid. What did they do differently? Yeah, so what did they do differently compared to another person that got picked and the other person didn't get picked? On that note, I was actually talking to one of my friends and I was suggesting him, it's actually, he was here last stream, Stu. So I was talking to him about like how to make his demo reel look more put together so that he can like, he can target his audience. So he made this notes. He did give me permission to share a small snippet of it. So when I exactly said the same things to Stu. And what he did is he went back and he focused on two animators. I'm assuming they both are into Pixar. Oh, so they both are into Pixar. One stayed at Pixar and one didn't stay at Pixar. So so he did a case study because they both are amazing animators. What made the other person stay and what made the other person not stay, even though she's good. She's really good at doing whatever she wants, right? So this is his notes. Like he kind of did a case study on this animator Jennifer and Alyssa. So something that like I say like what did they do differently, and analyzing the shots, analyzing the demo reel. So it's pretty much like you're self-teaching yourself like how can I stand out with my demo reel? I don't want to be like her, who is great at animation but not getting picked by the targeted company, right? So something that would be helpful. So I really like how Stu actually break it down and made points out of that. What do you like in them? Analyze the shop, but do not copy. I did put that in caps for a reason. You shouldn't copy. Do not copy because it's not good, not professional, and not, yeah, it's not decent to like copy someone else's work, right? You can definitely copy for your own. Like last time, I think someone asked me on the stream, is it okay to like copy to learn the technique and whatever? I'm like, sure, you can, but never show that to anybody. Don't even show it to your parents. It's only for your own study, but do not put that in your demo reel. So I would highly suggest do the study. Do go and look into other reels and stuff, but do not copy. And then figure out what kind of shots you want. Happy, sad, dialogue, music, cartoony. Yeah, this is again goes back to like yeah, what kind of shots you wanted to put in. Like you want something more dynamic shots or like something more like bigger than things. Like for example, if you're applying for Marvel, then you wanted to do something more Spider-Man related stuff or things flying and big, epic, right? So yeah, again, target your audience. And find your audio clips. These are the links. Stu was asking me last time, where can I find all the demo reel links? So I do have these here and on my Discord page as well. But so here, so you can go to these places and you can find your WAV files. And I will go in more in depth how to select on audio and suitable for your demo reel in more detail. Like I would say like the subtext of the dialogue and everything in more in detail. But for now, I would say pick your dialogues not from 3D animated movies, but from live action or from documentaries or stuff, because you don't want to animate another 3D you don't want to animate another 3D animated movie already, right? So that would be the main takeaway, like when you're finding your audio clip. Animate like it's your full-time job. When you're a student, it's kind of like very easy to be like, oh, I'm just a student, I can get away with a few things, blah blah blah, you say it, right? But I would actually say when you were a student and you're animating and you're making demo reels for yourself, you do need to take it very serious, almost like someone is giving you the job, right? And you are actually feel like you're already in the full-time animation job and you're giving your 100% to that, and make it look really professional and more well put together. So yeah, those are my tips for you all, guys. Because last time I think I kind of briefly I think I was telling someone, like, I think I was telling her, it was Michelle, or I don't know, I don't remember her name, but I was only saying this one point and then I just ended, but I felt like I do wanted to like go in more detail. So yeah, other than that, as a student, I do wanted to hit on a little bit like a story time, let's say. How to plan your animation schedule when you are a student, or when you're a working mom, or when you are like or like moving from another industry to the animation side, and you're having a full-time job and still trying to get your demo reel foot into the industry, right? So this is actually my schedule. Kind of varies here and there, but overall, my day starts at 6 a.m. I wake up, and then 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. is my part-time job. Like it's with kids. I used to do it's like a private playtime and tutoring the kid how to paint, and there are two really young 3 and 5-year-old kids. They're pretty young, so it drains your energy a lot. Yeah, like 7 to 12, 5 hours, I used to be just like exhausted. So 12 to 1 is my commute time to my school in San Francisco. So And I used to go to an on-site classes for 3D animation. So I made sure that all my classes fall under after my part-time job. And then from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., I used to stay back at the lab, not going home, because I used to make use of like that more secluded space where I'm not distracted by anything, and I have all my like the school provided me with the workstation and stuff. So that's the computer lab I'm talking about, the animation labs. So yeah, I used to stay there and work and finish all my assignments. I used to, again, there's another game plan, because I used to not do too much in detail assignments. I mainly focus that because the assignments are great to make me learn the principles of animation, but those walk cycles, or sit to stand, or jump, or whatever, like throwing an axe, those things wouldn't get me into the industry, because I've already done my research about who got into the industry, who didn't, and they didn't put those stuff. So it doesn't make sense for me to sit there and keep polishing them to a point where it look amazing, right? So I have to make sure I pass my university by hitting those assignments, right? Like I wouldn't fail on those assignments. So I just make sure that they're like there, like I pass them. But most of my focus goes into my actual demo reel shots. So at that time, when I was doing my on-site classes, I felt like my school isn't teaching me enough of animation, where I felt like with that knowledge, I cannot get into the industry. So I opted to take animation workshop outside of my school. So for that, I was actually doing my part-time, because I do wanted to pay it financially. And animation, to be honest, is not too like it's not too cheap to study. It's really, really expensive. And I know like I'm coming from a humble background, so it is difficult for everybody. So and I definitely didn't want it to rely on my parents. So yeah. Anyways, that's a hustle, right? And 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's like only once a week. So if I didn't have a workshop, then I used to like focus that time to like keep working on my assignments or my demo reel shot and stuff. And then from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., I used to finish up on my demo reel shots, more focus on that, and address all the notes from my mentor, and make sure that it is really good to put it onto my demo reel. And 1 a.m., I go to sleep. So I used to get 5 hours, but that's actually, I can say it's a little bit extreme, but I was a student and I had lots of energy, and I do wanted to kind of like, yeah, my goal was to get into Pixar internship. So I do want it to work extra hard to get my goal reached, no matter what. So yeah, that's mine. But you guys always can juggle around like whatever feels. Some people might work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and they find that like 3 to 4 hour core time to just work on the animation. But whatever that time is, make sure you don't have any distraction, and like have a focused mindset. Like it will be tough for first 20 minutes to go into the focus mode. So just like try your best not to get distracted opening any browsers or stuff, and just stay on Maya and fixate yourself for that 20 minutes, and the rest of those 3 hours will just go smooth, because you're already had that 20 focus minutes initially. So yeah. Yeah, and I would say have a little bit of fun as well. I did have my personal life and some fun time during summer breaks and spring breaks. Um, and then I used to play ukulele and paint and listen to tons of music and watch some movies to like de-stress myself, and then surround yourself with positive people, relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, or friends, anybody. So yeah, balance it out. Uh, can to me more about find out the target audience or know your target audience? Can you tell me more about find out target audience or know your target audience? Um, I mean, I think it's the same, right? We need to know your target audience. Like if you're going into the film route, Drawn Skull, then I guess you have to make sure that like your audience are more focused on your Deadpool kind of style, right? If that's the style you want it to go to. Um, let's say I'm not really into Deadpool. You're not targeting me. Probably I wouldn't be watching your movie. But if I'm into Deadpool, probably I'm the best audience for you. Like whatever you make, I'm definitely gonna watch all your movies. So oh, more I the more in depth if I have to go. I mean that's the example I can give. Um but the question though, how did you polish your animation to the point that you made it look good? Who mentored you and told you what did you right or wrong? Okay, so my mentor is actually from Pixar. So he's Mike McCarrovich. He is supervising animator, I guess, at that point when I was his student. This is back in 2012 or 13, I remember, if I remember. So back then, I was doing animation, but like as a beginner, sometimes your eye is not trained to the industry quality. Because my mentor is already in the industry, and he's been guided by his supervisor and the animation director. So they're like more advanced, like eyes looking at the shot and be like, make this change, like, oh, that acting choice didn't work, like make this change. Like they're constantly improving him. So I trust him because he's already in the industry. So when he look at the beginner shot, like who's trying to get into the industry, definitely his eye is way more it can catch what's going on wrong with that animation, right? So that's why I would say like trust your mentors and choose your mentors wisely, because and for example, if I'm targeting Blue Sky, if I go to my Pixar mentor, probably he would be guiding me more to his style, like whatever is going on with the Pixar animation. So like you would want someone that is like in the industry that you are targeting too. So I would say like, I mean, of course, Mike is like really awesome awesome mentor. Like he would definitely help you to push your animations. But yeah, like I think it is like kind of like I handpicked my mentors. Like I really chose him because I really do wanted to know what kind of style that Pixar appreciates so that I can get that internship. If I wanted to go into game, let's say Blizzard, then I wouldn't have approached him. Probably I would have approached someone in that industry, so I know the insights of that industry and I can make my way more clear than like confused at first, right? Hey Ray. Mm, working, studying, sleeping 5 hours. Respect you so much. Thanks, Darren. That is actually extreme, but I would say have a balance. Important to stay sane, to be able to persist on your journey. Yes, that's very true. Michael McCarrovich teaches classes as a part-time animation collaborative. Yeah, that's so before he started that school, he used to handpick his students as well. So I was one of them. So yeah, I used to take yeah, at Emeryville, which is like right across Pixar. Thanks, Tiffany. Tiffany took his classes too. So All right. On that note, let's jump into what is good animation and what is bad animation, because that goes into more detail, like what kind of stuff you can put into your demo reel. So the good animation appeal tells a visual story, changing the emotion, changing the thought process, keep it simple, play with timing, believability, great and clear acting choices, relatability is a huge plus, thought process, and animate with feel, not technical. This is very important because sometimes people make things move on the screen, but you don't know why they're moving. So I would say like have a backstory for the character. For example, I would say if you're doing like a simple sit to stand, all right? Why is that person standing? Did someone call him that he had to stand? Or is he standing to go reach for a bottle of water or a glass of water from somewhere else? There should be a story for that, or the staging. So if you're doing a simple sit to stand and show it to the recruiter, they're like, we get it. You can move things on the screen, but we don't know what's your thought process or your acting choices or your creativity in that shot. So even if you're opting for like just doing just a simple walk cycle, give a story to that. Like he's waiting at an interview, and like give that emotion to it. Like he's tensed. He's like, oh, they're gonna call my name next, so I have to prepare myself, but I'm so nervous right now. And suddenly, like from the off screen, someone yelled, like not yelled, but like calls out his name saying Brian. And then he's like, he looks up and he just stands up, right? That's sit to stand pretty much. But you've put that emotion and the feeling to that character, saying that he is in the interview environment and he's like tensed, and now he like suddenly like, oh, someone called me, now I have to go and like give that interview, give my best. So like he's like kind of tucking his shirt, making sure his tie is right, all those like teeny tiny things. That's what is called relatability and believability, because you need to relate to that character. You feel that character, like why is that person like doing all that? It's like natural when you are trying to present yourself like in a proper way. You like make sure, okay, my hair is looking good, like everything, all right, now I'm like perfect to go to that interview. But if you just do like someone called the name and you're like look up, stand up, and you walk, you're like, it's very mechanical. He stood up, he walked, and he went off screen. That's very from A to Z to B, whatever. But I didn't feel the character. So that's where your relatability and believability will play. And play with your timing. This is like where, for example, you could take me right now. I talk a lot and then I like breathe. Then I say a few words. I come closer. So like your timing, like the beats of the animation is very important. I think I have to put that. Oh, this is a PDF. But anyways, you can put that in the timing and the beat of your acting as well, because that's pretty much you telling the story, right? So play with that. Don't let everything look very linear. Like if I keep talking without taking a breath and without like pausing, probably you guys like, if, let's say I'm the shot in your demo reel, probably you guys would be like, okay, when is she gonna stop talking, right? So give some space to breathe and play with the timing, play with the beats of the animation. That would create some interesting timing in your demo reel. And keep it simple. People really forget this a lot, because you wanted to put as much as you can into that demo reel, to be like, I can do everything. but you don't have to. You need to like keep it really simple. Like your recruiter already knows, you know every single principle of the animation. You don't have to put your bouncing ball, walk cycles, sit to stand, let's say run, creature animation, parkour. There's so much going on. Like recruiter already knows that you animate, so why do you have to overwhelm with them with tons of work, right? So that's where again it comes to like keep it simple and keep it precise and show them what exactly you want it to show, like your best shot and your best skills. Change in the thought process. Taking the same example, when a guy is waiting for an interview, his thought process, like he's going into that tense mode. He's like, I better get this job. If not, my dad will be very disappointed, or I'll be disappointed in myself. Or let's say he's a dad and he's like, my family will be disappointed in me. Like those all thought process will show that in your acting. So that's very important. So putting the emotions, telling a visual story, and appeal. Yeah, I think I hit pretty much everything. You guys can ask me questions. I feel like I keep talking. That's a great example. Thanks, Darren. You guys have any questions before I move on to what is a bad animation, which I think you guys already see on the screen, but I can go in depth. I hope you guys taking something from this stream. All right, since I don't see any messages popping up with any other questions, I'll be moving on to what is bad animation. Does not convey the idea and the story of the thought process, things just moving around. Same example, you don't want to just keep moving things on the screen. Nobody wants to see too many things because you do want to have some, like I think even in the acting there is, right, you wait, there's like in the natural, like I'm not doing this in purpose, but like even observe when you are, that would be a good example for like demo reel. Observe your environments, like look around and take things away from your environment. Like for example, let's say when I'm tensed, I keep like tapping my feet on the ground. So when I'm waiting for an interview, if I don't do that with my feet, like kind of like nervous stick, right? Then I'm not like conveying that idea that I'm tense, because that's something that I naturally do it. So if I can put that into my shots, it is more relatable and it's more believable. So yeah, like just convey your idea more clearly and have that thought process, and just don't move things around. And pay attention to your weight and off timing, and don't make things look too stiff. Oh, that's follow through. My bad. So no stiff, and so having no follow throughs, like overlap animation or stuff. If there's nothing, then it looks very kind of rigid. It looks pretty much like a non-living object you're animating. Acting does not convey the thought process or subtext. No interesting, falls flat, meaning every timing is similar, static, without any beats or any breathing space. And this is very important, twinning. for example, I'm fixing my hair like this. If I fix my hair like this, it doesn't look good because I feel like I'm very robotic, like as if someone has wired me, or like as a robot that two hands has to go at the same time, and then like they fix things, and then like they had to come at the same time down. So that's it's pretty much like you're twinning things. So you don't want to do that. Break things and look more believable. Like relate to yourself. Like what would you do in reality? Or if you're doing something like outside world creatures like that, like your imaginative creatures, then still keep that relatability and believability, but you can add some more new nuances or new essence to that shot. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you guys for today's stream. But we do have half an hour. I do wanted to go ahead and open Rizwan's animation, because I feel like I haven't seen his stuff. And then before that, let's check out this. This is really bad because I totally don't know her name, but like I found this GIF online. It's a really great example of prop animation, finger animation, just a simple thing, right? She's like, oh, I'm so kind of like exhausted and irritated that I'm just like getting the same. Like she got a text from mom, or I don't know, her family or someone, or she might have lost her job. I don't know, whatever the context is. Like there is a backstory for that. It's really simple, going from A to B, but so much going on here, like prop animation, how you are using your facial or thought process. There's a story in this simple animation. So yeah, this simple thing just tells you a lot. Then if you are doing action with two hands, how could you vary it enough to be organic, such as raising your arms in a Victorian pose? What is a Victorian pose? Oh my god, I haven't played music at all. It might have sounded so boring, just my voice. Sorry, guys. Victorian poses are very pretty, like stiff, right? Tiffany? Like they go this way? I assume. Cheering! Cheerleaders. Yeah. So for example, that's a good point, Tiffany. So twinning is, I said don't do twinning, right? And when there are instances where you have to be a cheerleader and you have to get into a pose where you need both of your hand, like arms up, then I would say have a little bit of breakdown in there, that when both the arms are going up, they vary in the timing. So you don't go at the same time when you're cheering up, right? Like naturally, even if you see, my left goes quicker and my right kind of like a little, there will be a little bit of offset. That makes it more like naturally, like it's believable. So like when you have like both of your arms up, like have it slightly offset it, and then play with the the overlapping of the animation. So yeah, I think that would work. But yeah, those are the instances where you cannot skip the twinning, but you do want to work with your timing and how, like maybe just one hand little upper than this arm, so that you're like kind of keeping that interesting in that silhouette rather than having it very triangular. Oh, like you raise your arms in excitement, right? So instead of saying woohoo, woohoo is more interesting, right? Like going with one or going with two, but with like a little bit of like that interesting beat in there. I don't know if that made sense. I didn't even notice that there wasn't music. The lecture has been so great, learning so much. Oh, thanks, Darren. I know, but it kind of sounds like too dry, like too quiet that I'm like just screaming. So I like to have some background music, so it kind of puts that into focus mode, I guess. Oh, good clarification. Thanks, Tiffany. Do you know Miles? He's a game animator. I really impressed me when I saw his work. Definitely worth checking out. Oh wait, I do know Miles. I'm gonna show his work right now. You're good. I did actually check out his work on my LinkedIn, and I did actually. For this whole streaming purpose, I had to record that screen record that animation, and then I clip it, and I have it for you guys here. Right now, I'm gonna reduce the music, okay? Hold up. Hold up. And I make sure I bring this music up again. All right. Can you guys hear the dialogue? Or is it too...
I will tell you when we drop it immediately and forever. You have kind eyes.
Really?
This is an example. This is actually done by Miles. Thanks for mentioning that, Rids. Just need to sing in between.
It's my turn. Come on. I need.
Can't hear?
I will tell you then we drop it immediately and forever.
Oh.
You have kind eyes.
Really?
How about now?
I have kind eyes. I'll take that. It's my turn. Come on.
I can hear it.
Fine. I
Okay.
will tell you then we drop it immediately and forever.
Don't know you had it already planned. Glad I reminded you.
Really?
Glad you reminded me. Yes, because I've seen this like I think 2 days back, and I did comment on his LinkedIn post, and I said it's amazing. He's already in the industry, and he's still working on his own shot, and I just wanted to show this for an example purpose, like how like the acting beats when between two people. That's the main focus. That's why I picked this. I mean, there are other amazing animators out there doing like amazing work, even being in the industry. So I specifically picked this up because of the staging and just the dialogue and the beats. There is like every beat in this animation that hits the top-notch thing.
Come on, I need this.
Fine. I will tell you then we drop it immediately and forever. You have kind eyes.
Really?
Like right here, he made a choice of him stopping there because in real, you would do the same thing where you would stop there like, oh, I'm surprised. Like, I didn't know that you would say that without walking with her. Because if this shot, everything is just like keep walking from A to Z, probably you didn't feel that kind of that beat where you need that breathing space to digest that. Oh, did she really say that my eyes are beautiful? So that is where again it comes like relatability. We do that naturally in real. So he nailed that. Miles did an amazing job on this.
I'll take that. It's my turn. Come on. I need this.
Fine. I will tell you, but then we drop it immediately and forever.
Drop it.
You have kind eyes.
Really? I have kind eyes.
Yeah, so right here, he made a choice of just giving that person the stage because this is all about him and his eyes. And he's a little bit now cocky about like, oh, I didn't know that. So if the second character is in the shot, probably they both will be taking the same the importance in that shot. So he's kind of dividing the weight of the character, saying this is about him right now, about his eyes. Before, it is about him asking her, what do you like about me? Just tell me one thing. And she's like, I'm gonna only tell you once. So that's another thing about the dialogue is...
It's my turn. Come on. I need this.
Fine. I will tell you, but then we drop it immediately and forever.
Drop it.
You have kind eyes.
Really? I have kind eyes.
So the dialogue is very like straightforward, right? He's like, come on, tell me one time. And then he's like, yeah, like,
Fine.
like, fine, I'm gonna tell you one time. But after this, we're just dropping it and you're not asking me again. And then he's like, okay. And then she says, you have kind eyes. And then he reacts, oh, I have kind eyes. But when you're animating, the subtext of this dialogue is, she's like, God, how many times you're gonna ask me? Finally, okay, I'm gonna tell you now. That's it. And then that's like, I'm talking the subtext. And then he's like, okay, I'm ready for what you're gonna say. And then once he heard that I have kind eyes, he's like, I am handsome, I am awesome. Like that's the subtext of that dialogue. Because if you just say, I have kind eyes, you're not feeling it. So the subtext is very, very important to punch that emotion in your animation. So yeah, so that's where your subtext comes. And he's like, I have kind eyes. I'm like, I'm handsome, I'm amazing. So that makes more, your subtext is actually that kicks in that emotion to you. So yeah, so he did amazing job on this. I'm so impressed. He did a bunch of white shader character animation reels on Instagram that really stood out. It came to my mind because I think he's partially good at body language rhythm. Yes. I really love his staging and how much time he put in to like light it, do all that snow sim, and just like the way that both the characters are, like right now it's all about her here. You still see the horse, but it's not about him anymore in this scene. It's about like, I am so done with this. I'm gonna tell you one time and then that's it. So he really made really good choices about like how he framed his shots. It's like all the cuts are great.
Really?
Hey Cody!
I have kind eyes.
Horse is a flirt. Of course. Look at that cockiness.
Fine. I will tell you, but then we drop it immediately and forever.
Drop it.
You have kind eyes.
Really? I have kind eyes.
Cool. That is it. So that's Miles. He is amazing at what he did too. So there you go. Those are the two examples. Also Jeff. Okay, I'll check him out. Do we have time? I'll check him out and we can look at his work next week. And let me jump into Rizwan's animation for real quick. Because I don't want to leave him alone. Okay, we're gonna stop the music again because we're gonna look at Rizwan's animation. Are you still here, Rizwan? Yeah, we're gonna look at yours right now. So Rizwan is... He did mention in the email that he had a brain injury and he's very much interested in animation. And he did want me to take a look at this animation that he worked on his own. So I'm sorry about your accident and about your brain injury, but I'm pretty sure that you will do great things in the future. So let's look at his animation. Ooh. So right here. So that's cool. So I'm assuming Rizwan, he is Superman trying to go from one place to another place. So I don't have much notes to give you on like an actual animation point of view because I don't see like the principles of animation, like where like he's doing like a proper walk cycle or stuff. So I don't have much notes on the animation. Again here twinning's happening where he's like in that T pose. Both like very linearly they went up. Like timing is so even, so I would suggest you to play around with that and get more like flushed out animation. But I like the way that at least you had the music and two, like you had your cuts and the entire like storytelling. But I don't have in depth to give like really detail like animation because it's like very like everything is like a very linear, like the timing is like so, it's like if you keep tracking that, it's just like that, going from A to Z to B to C. It's like really linear. So I would ask you to play around with like get to understand more about the animation principles educate yourself about like how to move the character. And then from there you can go ahead and use all your skills of that staging and camera cuts and editing, everything. Like you're already good at all these, so the only thing right now you can like invest your time in is to get better at animating. So I hope today's whatever we spoke about, like demo reels and good and bad animations, this whole thing like kind of helps you to kind of motivates you to go forward in pursuing the things that you wanted. I hope that helps, Rizwan. If you have any questions, you can ask me. But yeah, I don't have much in detail to explain, like go detail with the animation, but yeah, we can leave it at that. Cody, last weekend I cut together a showreel of my work on That's 10 Stranding. I haven't shared it to anywhere yet. Mind letting me know what Cody me know what you think about the edit. Sure, Cody, but not today because I'm gonna end the stream like probably in like 10 minutes. But if that is no NDA stuff and something that's your personal work, then feel free to send it to me, and then we can go through that the next stream, if that sounds good. You made this in 2017. Oh, all right. So I would suggest you to like just focus on more like the principles of animation and like educate yourself a little bit. I think all your editing skills will like really be beneficial to push your animation. Do you guys have any other doubts? Like today I haven't gone through anything with this shop, but if you yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. And we just have like another 10 minutes before I end the stream. And I hope all this makes sense. And yeah. No, the game came out a year ago. Sure. Sure, Cody. Definitely, I can take a look at it. I think in the beginning someone asked me a question. I want to know, especially for junior animator, what their demo reel must have and what their initial work responsibilities are in the studio. Junior animators, they really want you to know the principles of animation, and if you can, your thought process, your acting choices and everything, like you're almost like ready for the industry, but you have a long way to go because there is so much that you can still learn from the industry. But they do want you to know that you have work ethic, you know how to animate, you know how to deliver a shot on time. So all this they would actually look into when you are a junior animator at the industry. What their demo reel must have and what their initial work. Yeah, so what their demo reel should have is, again, I discussed these with body mechanics, 1-person, 2-person dialogue, and a pantomime. And make sure that you're hitting all those. And you're like targeting your audience again. What their initial work responsibilities in the studio. So as a junior animator, you wouldn't be expecting to do complex shots. You would be given a shots that would test your strengths and your abilities to like kind of take your shot from A to Z. But if they feel like you are highly qualified, more than what you are, like you're doing your shots great, then they will recognize your skill sets and they will put you onto the next higher position. Probably you become an associate animator or like mid-level animator. So Yeah, but as a junior, don't get too scared that, oh my god, I'm going to like I have to do so many things for my role. Like it's treat your junior or internship almost like you getting into the industry, like keeping your mindset really clear, saying that I'm going to learn as much as I can from this studio, and I'll keep an open mindset in learning and growing as a person, as an animator, and everything. So yeah, just go with what you have and keep learning. So don't overly expect too much from a junior animator. I hope that answers. Taryn, I have one silly question. In such shots where you don't see feet and legs, how much of leg and feet would you animate? That's not a stupid question, or it's not a silly question. That's a really good question. When you don't see, like, let's say in this shot, you're not seeing the root, like your hips and your legs, I would suggest you still have to animate your hip, because when the character is moving, you do want that weight shift. So I did actually animate her off screen. Oh my god, I'm getting used to the motion builder. Yeah, you see, like, if I didn't animate the root, probably this the torso would have been just stuck in one point and just doing that. But because I've animated the root, it is moving in space, and it's more believable when you're in your camera mode shot, like you still feel that weight shift happening. So yeah, you know what, I totally forgot to switch on my music again. Yeah, I hope that answers Taryn. So you do need to, you don't have to animate your feet. Make sure your feet are not sliding, because if you're not seeing the legs, you don't have to animate them, but especially the root is very important to show that weight shift. Turkey Master, is character animation considered a part of VFX role? Still, I mean, VFX role in the sense like you're doing like fire and like a simulation stuff? I don't think so. If you're targeting the VFX role, then you may want to like focus more on the FX side. You have to 100% follow video reference, or you can add anticipation, secondary movements, others to improve the animation to your character. You don't have to follow your video reference 100%. I think I do have I think was it here? This is polish notes, not this. Oops. I think it. Yeah, I think this one I discussed last week, where I was talking about don't be perfect with your reference. That is like kind of important, is because sometimes a reference can do like, yeah, you can follow it 100%, but then there's more to that. Like it's your choice, your choice to push that further more than what is like what is shown. For example, if I am doing this, it's a simple, right? In my reference, I am just making this move on the camera. But as an animator, as a creative person, I can push it more. Probably I can have like my eyes, or like my fingers, I don't know, like my hair sim, like hair animation, like I can push it further. So you don't have to 100% follow your video reference. Like follow to a point where it is looking real, like to the point where you want it to look. For example, let's say your character is going this way, but your reference is on the right, then if you're not following the reference, your head going right, that doesn't make sense. That's when you have to follow your reference to make the head move go. But you can have the timing different because you, as a human, you are only doing certain move, but as a creative animator, you have the limitations or you have the creativity to push it further. And you do need to add anticipation, secondary movements, and all that to improve your character, for sure. You have to. Bernardo, for you, what is a good previous reel animation getting? Greetings. Greetings, Bernardo. I think for me, a good previous reel would be having good camera cuts and staging. And at least a minimal animation, because I do see like some previous where like they're just like kind of in T-pose or moving around, but I would ask like to pose the character and like have a strong camera animation and staging for sure. Taryn, that's awesome. I can almost see the legs and feet. Oh, thanks, Taryn. By the way, is it possible to download your animation notes? Kellen, yes. How do I do this? How do I do this? Maybe I think I can add this onto my Discord. And hold up. How do I? Okay. So I'm assuming I will put my Discord over there, the link, and then I'll put these notes, either a PDF file if I can upload. I'm not sure if I can, but I'll just like copy all this and then paste. It's 200 characters or more, so I can't do that. But let's see this. Okay, that's working. Amazing. So that's my Discord, what I invited you guys. So I put it over there. So add me. And I will copy rest of all this in there as well right after the stream. But yeah, so you have that handy. There you go. Turkey Master, what are some animation simulation tools and softwares you recommend? I would highly recommend Blender, Maya, Motion Builder. I did explain that last stream. Motion Builder is good for like motion edits, combining stuff. It has an amazing tool called Story Tool to like capture the motion capture, and like you can blend in these shots pretty much like After Effects, two clips together. And Maya is a great tool to refine animation, polish animations and stuff. And Blender is a new tool because Maya is expensive. You have to buy it. If you don't have that, then the free tool is Blender. Tinkle. In my experience for doing hyper-realistic animation that involves following ref really close, even attempting the following reference 100%, there is still a lot of subtle things that aren't in the reference that you need to add in the weight and muscle jiggles, etc., in order for it to sell weight, organic, and a lot more what is done in CG. Absolutely right, Tinkle. So Tinkle actually is in the industry, and she made recently an animation with an elephant, and if you see her reference, you would be like, wow, like that like her reference is basically she taking that reference as like how does an elephant move, and she did follow like the weight of the character, but she did put extra things, like subtle things that you can't see in your reference, like you're pushing it, like adding the weight and muscle jiggles. She took that shot tremendously somewhere. Tinkle, if you don't mind, can you share your animation shot on this link so people can check that out? And yeah, that's a great example because her reference I have seen, and like sometimes the references are clear, but if the reference isn't clear, then you do want to have a reference that's like kind of close to what you wanted to get, but you can do much more than what you have in the reference. Also in mocap as well, what the data is taken directly. Yes, me and Tinkle worked on the same project on Uncharted, so we both know like mocap can only do certain thing. Like you take that specific animation, but you can push it furthermore, do more subtle things and more like nitty gritty stuff, and take your animation like to the next level. Danny, what's your Discord? That's there. I don't think it has something to do, but do you think Blender may replace softwares like Maya in the 3D market in general? I think so. I haven't used Blender, but I hear great things. And I feel like Maya used to be a free tool, and even some industries use them and kind of incorporate their own proprietary tools to make Maya more accessible for their industry level. So if Blender can keep up that, probably Blender definitely can take the 3D market. I think so. Blush, okay. All right, Tiffany, if you can do that in next 2 minutes, I am going to wrap this up and people can check out your, there you go. So check out Tinkle's elephant animation. It's amazing. It almost looks like super real, like, but that's all her animation. Shout out to her. It's amazing. I'm really proud of her. So yeah, on that note, I hope today's Tinkle's animation and Miles and Taryn's and Rizwan's, all the animation, you guys have probably got like a pretty good sense of like Taryn's is like 2D animation. So like there is no limitation in tool. You can use Blender, Maya, Motion Builder, 2D animation, clay animation, stop motion animation, anything. It's just a tool, but your animation is what you want to convey the story, and your like what you wanted to show is it is what it is in the end. So use any kind of tool, but make sure that like make your passion, interest, and everything come true with all the tools you're using. So go have fun and happy animating. Thank you so much for amazing feedback in class. Thanks, Taryn. You're welcome. I hope it is informative, and I will make sure that I go a little bit more in depth in how to select your dialogue and stuff next week. So wait up for that, because I think next week will be last stream before the holiday break. So yeah, before the Christmas and New Year's. So we'll try to do something a little fun and then talk about polish. So if that sounds good, on that note, I will be ending the stream here. Thank you so much for everyone. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate. And thanks for all the amazing questions. Thanks, Tinkle, for like being my supporter and answering all the questions and giving your insights about the industry. And I really appreciate that. And thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate for being on the stream and just supporting each other and asking amazing questions. Thanks for the stream. Gonna call it off tonight. Take care. Enjoy your Christmas break. Thank you. Bye, Riz. Great stream as always. Thanks a bunch. Thanks, Big Glob. Nice news. All right. On that note, Have a great night. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.